All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken as 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Watch the slant! Watch the slant! Buzz. Hey, 40 strike. Hey, let's go!
They'll run on first down. Jones. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Tight end's right. You got 3 down. You're out. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Go. Ready, go.
Sanders operating from the gun. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Come on, set. 10-2 start. We take the win. Hey, lock it. Get it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got daylight. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 93 yards. And his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of the game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Okay, ready? 53, Mike. All day. Check 9. Now.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Here we go. 8 read. Bravo.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Watch the whip. Top up. Shoot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf. Here we go. Switch.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. It's their quarterback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
That's it, baby.
Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Red. 60 out wide. Watch the pass. Here we go. Exit. 95 to Sanders. No, check his Mike. Ready.
Here's Sanders on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. On the stop, Breeland speaks. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Hey, Charlie. Ready?
On 1st and 10, Williams. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
All right, T, let's turn. All right, T. 95 is Mike. Watch 95. Echo. What's your man? Hot.
On 1st down, it's Holmes. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
On 2nd down now, it's Holmes. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Looking to throw. Sanders to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the kick by Butker is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still on attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also move the sticks.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Hit it. Look at me. Go.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Okay, just like that.
Williams to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Well, they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 3, second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Even. 4 down. Even. Smoke. Ready.
Here's a 2nd and 7. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Here we go.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Sanders. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 16. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Come on, set. HG Gator. Hey, Delta.
Back to throw. Williams is going to fire one deep over into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
No.
Sanders now to throw on 2nd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to fire one deep, middle of it. Got his man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Mike, 53.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
53, check 53. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They're going to look to throw. Man open left side. It's his running back with it. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Defense wins championships, baby. Check it back, check it back.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Pick it up, pick it up. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Nice pick.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw. Foreman flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half. Hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. From the gun, Foreman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they're done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. The tight end, Kelsey, was the intended target.
Let's go. Let's go. 53. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
On first down, Foreman. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more coming.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a give, right side, Dupree. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Go. Ain't too soft.
Check 15. Check 15.
He may try and run for this. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Here's Williams throwing on first down. And the Colts are in for the touchdown. We've seen this already from him in this game. Second time he's into the end zone with a rushing touchdown.
So the head coach is going to have a meeting with the owner this week. You know why? He's got to let the owner know, I know you wrote the check for his arm, but we're going to make him a part of our running game too. This guy can do it all. Let's see where he takes us.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled. Partner,
join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On third down, Holmes. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down. Back to throw. Sanders. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up first and 10. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They run again with Carson. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going.
Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Ready, go.
Now Sanders on third down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. Taken in at the 11. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Sanders looking to throw on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Malik Hooker. There he goes left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Set. 60 or.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. 3 down. 3 down.
Now a handoff looking right. He'll have a first down. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. Over the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On 3rd down, it's Holmes. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Ready up.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also
Which was
impressive.
also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
A deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
59 mark. 59 mark. Check. 59. All day.
Look. Squeeze.
Any day. Check 43.
Five.
Looking to throw. Williams. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jordan. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Double time. Hey. We got three. 3 down. 22 jet bomber. Safety screen. Hey. Hard. Zoom, fellas. Let's go.
Here's Sanders on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now again, right side, Holmes. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Out from the shadows of their goal line, here's 1st and 10 from the 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Holmes. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. Box trap. 45.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they try and pick it up through the air. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. So the Chiefs opt to keep the offense out there, and they'll line up to go for 2.
We got to get to the ball. Let's get moving. Check 3.
They'll try and throw for him. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This one fielded at the 5.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. He's got a first down past the 30, and he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Right back to him on first down. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Just get out of here. Maybe do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Check.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Shit. Mike 36. Mike 36. Ready.
To throw is Sanders. To throw from his end zone. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this